NFL 24. And we have Amon-Ra St. Brown on center stage. He's coming off one of the best weeks we'll ever see. Well over 200 yards receiving. It's the Lions and the Packers under the lights on Thursday night.
We're at the oldest continually operating stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Tonight it's on to week 4 as we've got a good Thursday night matchup in store, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Green Bay Packers.
Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Packer team as we enter play here. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
2-1-2 teams, each hoping to get back to 500, and we're underway in week 4.
This fielded right at the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So here are the new-look Packers set to go to work. And at the helm here in 2023, a lot of eyes on this man in his 4th NFL season, Jordan Love.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. 2nd down, Love.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted.
And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
Well, CD, these 2 teams barely off the buses, and this defense already has a sack and now the interception and the pick 6 to take the lead.
Partner, you'd have to think that this was part of their game plan coming in because they wanted to embrace an aggressive mindset and attack on defense. They were trying to force that quick miscue, and I would say that their plan worked to perfection.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And it's now a 7-0 game. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25.
The Packers offense here coming back out for their 2nd drive.
And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this.
22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Now the 4th-year man from BC, it's A.J. Dillon, and he'll work down inside the 45. The Packers are 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they got off to the good start, but then 2 straight losses since.
And now you start to wonder about what this does for a team's morale, how it affects their psyche, because let's face it, you work all summer pointing toward that opening game, you get the win, but then you don't carry it on from there. How will they bounce back from these losses and try and get right?
On play action, Love to throw. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick 6, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick 6, Did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10.
Well, the Lions offense getting ready to go to work here, and under center, a man whose career has been rejuvenated a bit as of late. In season number 8 now out of Cal, it's Jared Goff.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, accentuate the positive, because that's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air, receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. On 1st and 10, Goff.
He'll find his rookie tight end, Sam Laporta.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Now Goff on 1st down. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
The numbers for St. Brown a week ago.
He was pretty prophetic. He said before that game, I want to get in the end zone often. He got there 3 times.
Yeah, it's one thing to catch a lot of footballs. That is important, but it's what you do after the catch that can make you great. And he had a great game last week.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 23. Now Goff. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Packers' 21-yard line.
Here's Goff.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
Finally an incompletion. He was 5 of 5 before that last throw to start this game.
So he is human. All right, so we found out after the way he began, okay, he can have an incompletion here or there, but I love what they've done right from the word go. They just need to pay it off with a touchdown now.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
The opening drive, it continues, Charles, to be all pass, and it's working. Now they're on the doorstep of a touchdown here, 1st and goal.
Brandon, because it's working so well, I think the entire playbook is open for them right now. Do you want to run it? Do you want to continue to throw it? Spin the dial. Make your choice.
Open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions.
A great effort there. His 1st touchdown on the year.
And the Lions go up by 2 touchdowns.
Well, early on, they have all facets of the game working in tandem.
Yeah, you give the defensive touchdown early to give you the 1st score, and then your offense piggybacks on top of that and gets their own. And any coach we've ever talked to, we've had that conversation with them prior to the game. They always say, you know, if we can score on defense or special teams, that gives us like a 95% chance of winning the game. I don't know if that number's correct, but it certainly does tend to play out that way, doesn't it?
It does.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Here's 2nd and 4 from the 24. Draw play, Dillon.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Dillon now on 1st and 10.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Love. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines.
Jamison Williams out onto the field as his guys take over on offense.
Previous series, definitely a focal point. 3 catches, the touchdown grab. As a DB, or former DB, is there a number of catches on a drive you're like, oh, he got the best of us?
I'm not sure there's a number, but there's a great feel. And what he did on the last drive, yeah.
Especially with the touchdown.
Yes.
You're never happy.
You're exactly right. The way he capped it off, so you feel that at the sideline, and now you're looking at your buddies and saying, okay, what are we going to do to take things away from him? Because I'm not sure the other guys can make those sort of plays. So let's make sure that we don't let him get going again.
And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
They'll begin the drive with a run by Dillon. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
If they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
A 4-receiver set here, 3rd and 5.
To throw now, here's Love. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
And Detroit back in possession of the football.
It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down.
In punt formation for the Lions.
That's taken on the 25. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
On 2nd down, Love once more.
He gets that one complete to Wicks.
He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Going back to Love.
Now swing pass for Dillon.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Love now on 2nd down. His throw incomplete.
This defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
That's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
On now is the Packers punter as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. So we have reached halftime with the visiting Lions taking the lead to the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, Charles, thanks very much. Welcome in, everybody, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's take a look at what we've got on tap as we wrap up the first quarter of the NFL season. Some great games coming up this weekend. One being the kickoff to the International Series. The Falcons and Jaguars over in Wembley at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Good games in the late afternoon as well. One being out in Santa Clara, where it'll be the 49ers taking on the Arizona Cardinals. And one more to highlight, a good one on Sunday Night Football between the Kansas City Chiefs and the New York Jets. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break, but I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
A 2-touchdown game, 14-0 the score as we get rolling again here in this second half.
And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out.
The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3.
Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10.
At their 25-yard line.
He'll begin by dropping it off to Montgomery.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he stopped immediately there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Here now a 3rd down and 8.
good start to the second half. They cannot afford to give up more points and fall further behind, so well done to force the punting situation here.
And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away.
Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Out of the shotgun, it's Love.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kirby Joseph.
And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this third quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick six is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And that makes the score 21-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 2.
Love looking to throw it. And he whips that one incomplete there. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Love. Oh, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Lions will take over. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff.
Throw over the middle. He finds Williams.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
2nd and a couple.
At the 35-yard line.
Here's Goff.
He's got right on the short throw.
First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Devondre Campbell flies in to blow that play up. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. To throw is Goff.
And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw, Goff. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
With Sean Gary that time fighting free and getting to the quarterback.
Like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They forced a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on to kick it away. Taken in at the 22. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Holding offense.
Don't do us like that.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20.
So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to.
It got his man complete. It's a big play there for Green Bay. And even 40 yards.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
This is Dillon on the counter.
And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Off the play fake, Love.
That's complete to Wicks.
And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing. Love. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a 1st down.
Love with a give to Dillon.
And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Love from the gun. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Play fake. Here's Love. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31.
Aiden Hutchinson, his 2nd sack of the night.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the 1st, and the Lions will take over. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37. Good gain there on 1st down, and keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
A 4-yard pickup on the play. First down, Lions.
They'll go to Montgomery to try to wind some clock. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. Gone. And that is incomplete.
Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad.
The Packers offense set to go. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
Jordan Love ready on 1st down here. A quick throw, but incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Love now. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. How about one last great play defensively, and that should, for all intents and purposes, finish off this shutout.
That's as good a defensive performance as we've seen in a long, long time. And I know as a team they will celebrate, but I will guarantee you the defensive guys, they'll get together somewhere and have their own private celebration. A shutout, that's something to be cherished.
So out now come the Lions. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
He'll get this down to the 21, just on the edge of the red zone.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field, so you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort?